Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Ariwa, and today's video is true crime. So this video is going to be very long, so I need you to lock in, cause like, bro, true crime, and the this one is saying man kills and dissolves wife in acid, then acts like a concerned husband. Bro, this is acting 101. So let's watch this video. Let's enjoy ourselves, and let's see how wicked human beings can be. Let's go.
On Wednesday, April 27th, 2016, John
recent.
Todd called the Martin County Sheriff's Office to report that his sister, Trisha Todd, was missing. She hadn't picked up her daughter, Faith, from the babysitter that day, which was highly unusual for her. When deputies arrived at the residence where Trisha was living, the scene inside her house appeared normal. Nothing was ransacked and nothing seemed suspicious. However, her vehicle was parked across from her residence, not in its usual spot. Inside the vehicle, the police found her purse and keys left on the passenger seat, but her cell phone and wallet were nowhere to be found. The deputies initiated a BOLO, be on the lookout for a missing person. Trisha occasionally left her house in the middle.
So that's what BOLO means. Be on the lookout. Bro, because when I'm watching the detective shows and everything, it's like, put out a BOLO for this guy, put out a BOLO. So I was, be on the lookout. Bro, we learn every day what we learn.
Of the night to walk on the beach. To get to that area from her home, she had to pass through some of the rougher parts of town. The detectives suspected that she might have gone off for a late-night swim and possibly drowned, but they weren't sure. All they had at that moment was speculation. That night, the deputies contacted Trisha's brother and asked him who she was with last. Mr. Todd indicated that her ex-husband, Mr. Williams, was in town and was likely the last person with her. When the police reached out to Stephen over the phone, he explained that he had come to town for the week to visit his daughter, which was a common occurrence. Stephen Williams, who had previously served in the Air Force and had no criminal history, cooperated fully with the investigators and came across as a gentle, laid-back individual. Trisha had custody of her daughter, Faith, and Stephen was able to see Faith whenever he wanted. He visited Trisha and Faith that week in April. He drove down from the base in North Carolina and got an Airbnb in Florida. That day, the 26th of April, Trisha left Faith with him for the evening. The next day, Trisha was due to collect Faith from the babysitter and go to work, but she didn't show up. As Stephen was reportedly the last person to see Trisha alive, he was invited to the interrogation room at Martin County Sheriff's Office for a formal interview. Stephen told detectives that he went and picked his daughter up from the babysitter. There was a point that night, close to midnight, where his daughter, Faith, started to get fussy, so he sent Trisha a text message.
So I texted her, like, hey, baby, super fussy, I know it's late, but if you're up kind of thing, like, would you mind calming her or whatever? And then she just texted back, like, on my way. Awesome. So, a few minutes go by, she comes over, she sits with Faith. Faith is happy now. 12:30, 1 o'clock by now. Yeah. She leaves, Faith is asleep, and then, well, she doesn't leave, actually, her car's out of gas. Which, that really frustrates me. That's her thing. Her car never has gas in it. She mentioned there's a gas station on the street, and I was like, you know what?
Are we getting it? Are you seeing what is happening? He started lying. It was like she leaves, and then he said, no, she didn't leave. Her car doesn't have gas in it. If I was that detective, bro, gun to your head, where's your wife? I've solved the case. But here, they are still asking questions.
At the gas station, gas cans. If you got any money, I'll just drive my car. I'll go get you a gas can and some gas. No big deal. So she gives me a 20. I leave the gas station maybe a half mile down. Get the gas can, pay for it, get 2 gallons of gas, leave for the gas in her car, and then I told her good night, basically. I'll contact you tomorrow, or you can call me or whatever. That's it. Next day, Faith wakes up. I take her to Walmart. And I messaged her that day after getting no reply. Straight to voicemail. I'm like, that's annoying. I don't want to stay here all day. Like, I don't like driving at night. So I was like, you know what? I'll just take her to Denise. That's where I picked her up from anyway, and that's who normally watches her.
Stephen's assertion is that he left his child with the babysitter and headed back home. Detectives found this scenario puzzling. as it raised concerns regarding why a father would leave town without knowing the mother's whereabouts.
What do
Exactly.
you think happened to her? I don't know. It would be like 1 in the morning or 3 in the morning, and she'd be like, oh, I wanted to go for a walk. She would say, like, I want to talk with God. But it's like, at 2 in the morning, you're just going to be walking the neighborhood by yourself. Like, you don't even have, like, some pepper spray. You don't have your phone. Like, is she that kind of person that's oblivious to that stuff? She's always had that, like, God will protect me thing going on. Like, I'm a child of God. I'm thinking, like, that's good to have that kind of faith. But it gets to a point where, like, let's be reasonable here. Like, good people still die every day. There are times in life where things happen that we wish we could take back. And if this scenario that's involving you is a scenario where you either accidentally, intentionally, I don't know, did something. Now,
Thank you. This guy is smart. This detective is smart. You see, because he's picking up on all the bullshit. Because what the guy is saying is what bullshit. How can you tell me this story? You are leaving town, and then you don't know where the mother of your child is, and you are just going to drop the child at the babysitter and leave town. How can you tell me this story? Come on.
having time to tell us. I still care about her. I just don't want to be with her.
Tonight, the effort to find a missing Hope Sound mother continues. Trisha Todd was reported missing on Wednesday.
We don't want to miss something.
Sheriff William Snyder.
You see, if the man actually cared about trying to find the daughter, he'd be like, this interview is useless. I'm not here to answer questions. Try and help me find my wife, my ex-wife. You see, but he's there answering questions because he said he was there for like hours just answering questions. Bro, how can you tell me this story? This guy's a
There's
killer.
no timetable to call off the search, not ruling anything out at this time.
So we don't have any evidence of a crime, but we have very suspicious circumstances under which she's missing.
Over 60 volunteers joined a team of deputies to thoroughly search the rugged Florida scrub brush near Trisha's home. The police were tirelessly searching every possible location, hoping to find any clues about Trisha's whereabouts. While talking to Trisha's family, detectives learned some very disturbing facts about Stephen's past and his behavior.
Thank you.
Investigators not only found evidence that Stephen had killed Trisha's puppies, but also uncovered a troubling history. Although never officially charged or convicted, Stephen had been arrested for domestic violence against Trisha. Her mother recalled a shocking incident where Stephen had punched her in the stomach while she was pregnant, horrifyingly hoping for a miscarriage. While thoroughly going through the timeline of events, detectives found a hole in Stephen's story.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of the neighbors reported that they saw Stephen leaving in Trisha's car, a detail Stephen failed to mention in his interview. The investigators were certain of one thing. Trisha's car, initially found at her home in the morning, was clearly out of place. The task at hand was to uncover evidence, leading the investigators to collect footage from surveillance cameras at nearby businesses. Upon closer examination, the footage revealed something startling. Trisha's car had left her residence, raising red flags. What made this particularly perplexing was Stephen's earlier statement claiming she hadn't left until around 2 a.m. Yet the video footage showed her car cruising down US 1 at 1 a.m. All eyes turned to Stephen as a potential driver. If he had indeed taken her car, he would have had to trek back home on foot. After reviewing footage from 3 different cameras, they identified a figure that matched Stephen's description. In the dimly lit background, they could just barely make out a person with a distinctive gait. This individual seemed to be walking from the vicinity.
Okay, so what we learn, when you take someone's car after killing the person and you drive the person's car to try and fool the police, when you are walking, do not walk with your stride. Walk differently. You understand? You can use crutches and be going steady and get to house. Don't walk the same way you walk because there are cameras. Come on, don't be stupid. There are cameras everywhere. Don't walk normally. Charlie, bro, you go put your leg for your neck and walk so that they'll know that, nah, this is not him. This is not him. This is not him. Bro, eliminate yourself. Why are you still a suspect? This guy is stupid.
Of Trisha's residence to the north of US 1 in the early morning hours. This revelation marked a significant breakthrough in the investigation. The detectives decided to...
You see what I'm saying? The fact that he's still appearing for the interviews means he killed it. Because you know there's a search going out for the mother of your child. Tell the police to stop wasting time with you and look for the child. You understand? Stop answering questions. Call your lawyer. Tell them that, bro, this is bullshit. I didn't touch it, so let's find it. But because you know it is you, you are trying to talk to the police and convince them otherwise. Brother.
To confront Stephen with this newly found evidence. He was called into the police station for yet another interview.
The neighbor saw you leaving her car. He saw you going back and forth. You recognize this area here?
That's the entrance to the community, isn't it?
Yeah, one way in, one way out.
The detectives didn't share the video CCTV footage with Stephen because its poor quality made it inconclusive, giving him the opportunity to deny it was him and claim it could have been someone else. The strategy they had was not to show him the video, but was to show him the locations of where the video cameras were facing.
So we see her pulling in. 12:08.
At the time you said she came over.
Perfect. 1:20. There goes her car coming out. A couple minutes later, that same car, her car, next to the U-turn.
See how calm he is. He's so calm because he's so confident in his story. That's the thing. It's not like he's a strong person. He's just so confident in his story that he doesn't even care what they are saying. Because he knows that what he's coming out clean.
Right here. Okay?
And that.
We see the car coming back in here. So literally went towards her house, came back. Why is that?
Home and didn't go home. You know the cameras get footage of the sidewalk all the way up US 1.
And people on foot also. Around 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. I'd be asleep by then. I did tell you that camera, that computer plate, is HD.
It's you walking.
The detective was aware of Stephen's narcissistic tendencies, so she leveraged this knowledge and strove to establish a connection.
You see what I was saying? He knows that he's clean, so he's just confident.
Connection with him by portraying Trisha in a negative manner.
You got a lot going for you. You're good looking, you're young, you got straight, and you got this crazy, that's crazy ex. She's come after you before. Did she come after you that night? Something happened. And you were just, oh, what do I do now?
No, she never came after me. I didn't.
It's an overwhelming amount of evidence pointing at you. So help me continue painting this picture of you. I just need to know where she's asking you.
She has moved her seat. She wants to be closer to him.
Where she's at.
I don't. I really don't.
I need you to work with me. I need you to tell them that you're being 100% honest with me.
First time I left,
Okay?
she asked me to go back in her laptop so she could keep working. I said, okay, I'll make it here. She's happy. So that you don't have to leave. And she freaks out. I'll go.
Okay.
So I leave.
Makes sense.
She car barely had any gas. And I'm thinking I can make it, but it doesn't look like it. I just turn around and go back. And she's back. She's on the floor. And she was embarrassed after that.
Oh my man, how can you tell me this story? How can you tell me this? How can you look at me with a brain in my head and tell me this story? Bro, what are you saying? You are lying, you've lied. Right now you've caught you. So what? You tried to go to a house, you saw that the gas was low, so you went back. When you went back, she was lying on the floor, she was not responsive. Knock him! Bad guy.
my God, now she's lying on the floor. She's not responsive, and this looks really bad. Because I can't explain it.
What do you mean you can't explain it?
I don't know why you're doing this to me when I've done nothing but try to be a good person to you. So
Call the
I'm in
police.
the car, and I'm just driving, thinking.
But she passed away in that car. It was nothing you did to her. She just passed away. And then you freaked out even more.
So where's the body?
You got here to say,
The autopsy will show.
did you just lay her down somewhere? Out in the open?
Yes, I just let her lay there, so peaceful. You're just lying there, you're breathing shallow. I can't call.
Breathing?
I don't know where the hell I am.
We had already determined that she had passed while she was in the car. You can't go backwards. Tell me she was shallow breathing.
Shallow. Really shallow.
In a sudden turn of events, Stephen admitted that Trisha had passed away in his car. Subsequently, he chose to dispose of her body on the side of the road. However, he then recalled his admission, realising what he had implicated himself in, and retracted his statement by claiming that Trisha was, in fact, still alive, as she was exhibiting signs of breathing.
I was hoping she would just snap out of it. Come back. After I dropped her car off, I just changed. Didn't want anything to do with it.
Where did you change your clothes?
It was right there. Threw the whole bag away. I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to come spend some time with my daughter. I don't know what's going on. I just don't know anything.
She was in here and she was playing this way.
Was this carpet here?
And all I thought was, this is some kind of like trick. This is some kind of like ploy to get back at me or to mess things up for me.
How long was she on the floor before you decided to check her? Or...
Call the police at this point. Okay, so let's be fools. Yeah, let's be fools, and let's listen to the story. You went back to try and get her laptop for her, and you realized that her gas was low. So what did you do? You turned and you came back. When you came back, you realized that she was lying on the floor. What do you do? I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about what you do. As a normal human being with a brain, what will you do? You call the fucking hospital. Okay? You don't put the woman's body in your car. What, bro, this guy, he's testing my patience. He's testing my patience. He knows what he has done. You see, why are you lying? Just say, Masa, the girl was a bitch, so I killed her. Then you go to prison. But right now, I come to make a story. Bring some kind of story. So that you walk the streets again with us. Bro, put him in jail. Put him in jail. Ah!
What did you do with her?
It was poor and poor. Wow, I didn't know what I should do at that point.
The investigators were convinced that Stephen was performing an elaborate act.
Thank you.
Pretending to be upset and crying, though no tears were shed. Despite this, the detectives had to maintain the...
Bro, how can you no tears were shed? Jesus. This guy can't even act to save his life. No tears were shed. I can't, bro. Let me give you guys a trick. If you want to cry, if you want tears right now, just open your mouth and yawn. Just open your mouth. When you open your mouth for like 30 seconds, you yawn, and when you yawn, tears will start coming. So do with that information what you will. But this guy, he didn't bone me. This guy, I'm so angry. I want to catch him, and then how can you come and lie to me like this? Am I a child?
The charade for a while, allowing him to believe he was in control. Then they advised him that the best course of action was to lead them to the place where he had left her peacefully. He agreed to do so.
Where's the brother? Nobody's telling the brother this. Oh my God. Where's the brother? I'm just feeling sorry for the family because right now they've just lost their daughter.
We're going to go south on US 1.
None of this seems familiar. None of this seems like familiar.
So have we gone too far?
No idea.
Do you love your daughter?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Okay. You need to give her mother back to her.
I can't.
Okay, I told you she's going to need some type of stability.
I have no.
You're all she's got.
I don't even know.
You
where
are the
this
only
leads.
living parent that she has left. You need to show her. She's going to grow up saying, my dad is something to her mom, and he left her out. Is that what you want your daughter to grow up thinking? Knowing that take me to her. You have to. Steven, you know.
I don't know. I don't.
The only reason you're not taking me there is because something else happened to her that night.
Thank you.
After driving around aimlessly, the detectives had made no progress in finding Trisha. Stephen believed that he had evaded arrest once again and was free to go home. However, he was no longer in control because what he had forgotten is that the whole time he was explaining this, he had told the detectives that he left his daughter, Faith, at the house by herself. As a result, he was placed under arrest for child endangerment, which gave the detectives more time to continue interrogating him.
You're no point try to do CPR, call 911.
Exactly.
You're doing that. You go and put her in her car.
Yes, I can take her home. Is what I thought. I can just take her home.
But you
out of
didn't.
my hair.
But you did.
Okay. Right now he's coming up with a convincing, sensible story, kind of. You see, he should have started with that. That when you saw her doing her shenanigans, he's like, this woman, she dey mad. I'm taking her to her house. She can't put this on me. But what you have to remember is she's there for the daughter. So you can't do that. So it becomes a paradox. Because you cannot take the woman back to her house without the daughter. And you left the daughter in your house and you went, no, bro, you're lying. You should have come up with a convincing story from the start. Come on, bro.
You wanted her out of here, and you got it.
Because I didn't.
You got it, and I'm gonna prove it. There really is no emotion in there. There really is nothing in there for her, huh?
What are you talking about? I'm
You
just. I'm
wanted
going
her
off of what
gone.
you're saying. I wanted her to not be dead in my home. I wanted what this was to not be affecting me the way it was.
It's Tom back home. We haven't met yet. What's your name? First thing I need you to get me over is you could tell them this initial version of events and leave out this whole, as you said multiple times, stupid laptop thing.
Because it was stupid and it didn't make sense.
Something doesn't make sense, it's generally not true. That doesn't look good. If I got up and I sat over there and you sat here, what would you think of me telling you that?
Exactly.
Right?
How can you look this old man in the face and be lying to you? See more about for the old detective. Eh? Say the truth, bro. Where is the wife?
Come back.
Where is the woman?
Trisha's laying on the floor with an injury. You know, 911, boom, cops are there,
Thank you.
ambulance, she gets treatment. And you did not do that, right? Do you have a conscience?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
And as she's laying in the back of the car, your conscience never kicked in and said, maybe she's still alive. Maybe I should take this opportunity to save a human life. Not just a human, but the mother of my child.
So you're insinuating because I didn't think that I don't have a conscience?
No, I'm not insinuating. I'm saying.
Thank you.
It seemed like I had this whole grand. I don't have.
You
any
did.
plan.
No, it's
I didn't know anything.
this was the most poorly executed murder.
Bro, yeah. This is the most purely. Hey, sorry. Calm down. Let's calm down. This is the most poorly executed murder in history. Damn. Bro, you can't come back from this. You can't. There's no way you can come back from this. The most poorly executed murder in history. Bro, at this point, it's hands. Because you can't diss me like that. You can't. Who do you think you are? Shit. Like, the detective will call it for a month. Why? You don't respect me? This guy didn't bore me.
In history.
I
I didn't murder her. Okay.
2 separate detectives had attempted to extract a confession from Stephen, but both approaches had proven ineffective. The aggressive and hostile interrogation tactics had only caused Stephen to become more withdrawn. It was evident that a change in strategy was necessary. That's when Detective Dan Duliak entered the room.
Hey,
Dan
they're
had
done.
recently
They're done, Dan. Hey, Detective Dan. Come on, show us your skills.
joined the department, and this marked his first significant involvement in a homicide case.
The first involvement, okay.
Set the stage so that you can actually tell the narrative about what actually happened, which is not that you planned all this. You know, it's maybe you guys got in an argument. Maybe this was the computer, maybe this was over the gas.
Because sitting here and telling you that she attacked me, that's just another different story that you're just going to be like, well, that's 5 different stories you're telling now. And that doesn't help either. So what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me the truth. The truth is never anywhere near as bad as what people will believe if you let them come up with their own story.
I never hated her. I never hated her. I didn't.
So tell me that story. I think you're a good guy. You're a family man. You're trying to do the best that you can. Okay? I know you were there. I want to give you the opportunity to tell me what happened.
People's imaginations will run wild, and they will come up with the most horrific things. I don't even know. Just talk to me about from midnight.
Never texted her otherwise. It was
Right.
already late. She had already left. I would never text her.
And you're a good dad.
That's it. That's all I was trying to do was just be a good dad. Just, okay, you want your mom? Fine. I'm not going to deny you that. You know, talks about nonsense and child support and just more stupid stuff. And I just, for the most part, tried to ignore. And then, yeah, there was a mix-up with the check, but that's not my fault because you told me this was your address. So yeah, that's where I mailed it to. And then she's telling me that's not the mailing address. So I'm like, that's not my fault. If you told me you moved, I did the responsible thing. I made sure the check was going to go wherever you moved to, if you're not at your mom's house. And then she's just going on and on and on. Now I owe her more money and back child support. It's just stupid. I was like, just let me have your account information. Just here's the account number. And I'll direct deposit it, and this will never happen. And no, that's not going to work. You can't do that. You owe me all this money, and I don't want this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're so mad. I don't know if you took a freaking crazy pill all the way over here.
This guy didn't hear me. He said, I don't know if she took a crazy pill. Bro, you killed her and you are saying she's the crazy one. You see, you can get provoked. You can get provoked. But what you do after you are provoked, that's what becomes the story. Because, okay, granted, maybe she was being a little bitch. She was being bitchy and then worrying you. And since, bro, restrain yourself. Why would you, like, bro, that's the mother of your child. You don't need to go to this extent. Because of small check. Oh, bro, come on.
It just escalated, and then I just moved her away, and then she slipped. And that's when she freaking fell, and I'm like, oh shit. I asked her if she was okay. It was like a weird sound. She didn't say anything, though. And then I freaking panicked, and then I just freaking panicked. And it's so fast, and then I pushed her, and then it wouldn't push. I was trying to get her away. Just please stop yelling in my face. It's like, just, you know, like, if she was at that distance, fine, but she wasn't. And I'm like, please, just stop. And so I went to move her away, and she slipped, and she hit her head, and I didn't mean for that. That wasn't my freaking fault. I wasn't. And then all of it is great. Now I've pushed her, and she's hurt her head, and I'm done. I'm just, everything I've tried to do, everything I've tried to be, is done because I made a mistake. I didn't even lose my cool. I just tried to move you away. I just did.
The detectives had enough to charge him with murder, thanks to the evidence of their animosity, his numerous lies, and his recent confession.
First, our top story, an arrest, as you heard, in the disappearance of that Hobe Sound mom, Trisha Todd's ex-husband, charged with her murder.
Right now, the sheriff's office is focusing in on an area of the Treasure Coast for her body. Kelly Dunn begins our team coverage from their command post in Martin County.
That's right, Ashley and Michael. We are right off of Bridge Road, just west of I-95, where the sheriff's office has set up its command post. Sadly, they are on a search for remains of Trisha Todd. It was learned today that indeed she will never be coming home. She was murdered and her body was dumped.
Stephen had the entire thing planned out. He had previously bought a chainsaw in North Carolina.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Hey bro, this guy is, he's dark. Right now he wants to pull it and see that she was in his face. He tried to push her. Bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
And acid, and had dug a hole in Hungryland Wildlife Reserve. Stephen said he had planned to kill Trisha in advance, but although he spent all day with her the day of the murder, he couldn't get up his nerve. Finally, Stephen told them he was determined to do it, and texted Trisha, their 2-year-old daughter who was spending the night with him in an Airbnb, was sick. When Trisha arrived, Stephen said he first tried to strangle her, but waited for her to regain consciousness so he could force her to reveal her email password and other information. Stephen said he planned to write fake emails to make Trisha's family think she had gone to Haiti on a mission trip. But when Trisha regained consciousness, Stephen said he beat her in the head with a club until she quietened. Then he choked her to death. Their daughter was sleeping in the next room. Stephen then took Trisha's body to a remote site in the Hungryland Preserve, where he had already dug a hole and readied a container with acid. It was there that he cut up her body with a chainsaw and buried her remains in an acid-filled container.
This is worse than I even thought. Bro, what the fuck? This is worse. What? Bro, I thought the whole thing was like, the woman is a bitch, so he's just trying to like, just, son, premeditated, dug a hole, had a saw, strangled her. No, not even that. Suffocated her. When she came back, what's your email password? She's not talking, bang, 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 bang. Brother! Nah, this guy's wicked.
He agreed to take them to her body in exchange for a 35-year plea deal that spared him the death penalty.
Are we being serious right now? Are we being serious right now? Just because he knows the location of the body. That's the only reason why he didn't get a death sentence. Bro, what is this justice system? Bro, R.I.P. Trisha. R.I.P. Trisha. But like, bro, this is so sad. But damn, bro, that guy is cold. He's cold as shit. But bro, this guy, this is a long video. This is a long video. If you enjoyed this video, I'm going to make another true crime. But I really enjoyed this video. The guy is just so stupid. Like, I want to slap you. The ending really shocked me. The acid and all that, bro. That was like wow. I was already like, this guy is fucked. But then the ending was like, nah, this guy is really fucked. You understand? So this is a 33 minutes video. It is what it is. Okay, so subscribe. Are we going to do that? I don't even want the video to drag more, but it's like what, 34 minutes now, bro. Just bye bye.